So I'm back. Been back about a week. Got my van repacked, and now I'm heading back out again for another week. So I'm going down to New Jersey. Going to be meeting up with some friends, doing a photography workshop. It's one of the ways I make a little bit of money when I'm on the road. Going to have a lot of fun, raise a little money for charity too while we're at it. But what I wanted to show you this week was how I pack my van, what I bring, what I need, what I don't need, and how I do that. So sit tight.
When I turned 50, I sold my business, I bought a van, and now I travel. I live day to day and mile to mile. I spend my time searching for the perfect picture, the perfect shot. I look forward to every day and discovering more fantastic journeys.
I usually bring a tote with all my Ryobi stuff. I've got all my batteries. I usually bring a drill just in case. I bring an extra charger, some drill bits, radio, and this really neat little hand air compressor. Comes in real handy. You know, I always bring plenty of water with me. I usually bring 4 or 5 jugs of water. You can always refill them on the road if you need to. I try to buy the ones with the screw tops. The screw tops work best in case they fall over. Those pop tops tend to pop off. People have asked me, well, why don't you have a sink in your van? Why don't you put a sink in your van? To me, a sink takes up a huge amount of space. I just assume wash a pot or a pan outside the van than have to wash it inside the van and take up that much space. Sometimes when you're all jammed up with all this extra stuff that you don't often use, I'd rather have the space. I'd rather have just a little breathing room, be able to move around a little better. As far as in my pantry bucket, I usually bring some instant coffees, lots of cans of soup in case I don't have access to food on the road. I mean, if you're trying to save money, you really want to eat as much meals as possible in your van or around your van, not eat out. Eating out is expensive. Make my own food when I can. Try to eat fresh, try to eat healthy if possible. Trash bags. Lots of trash bags, Ziploc bags. You use them for anything and everything. Can opener, cream for coffee. This little burner stove works great. You know what? One burner, that's all I need. I can cook a whole meal in one pan. 2 other things I always bring with me on my trips. I always bring popcorn because not only is it good to eat and healthy for you, but it's entertaining to make it in the van. Bring some spice, doesn't matter what kind of spice it is, anything you like. I like this Cajun stuff, but you can mix salt and pepper, make your own mix. Throw it in one little jar, bring it along with you. That way there you're not bringing 50,000 little spice bottles with you. All right, and here's all my camera gear. I got all my GoPro stuff, GoPro attachments. I've got all my microphones. I've got lapel microphones and shotgun microphones and all kinds of fun little things. I usually carry my gear in and out of the chute with this. It's actually a gun bag. I get it in a sporting goods store. It's for handguns and ammo. But you know, it works great for cameras. I had another camera bag that used to unzip from the back. I hated it. Every time I wanted to get a lens out, take the pack off. This here, you drop it, pull your camera gear out. It's right there. The cameras that I use Nikon 610. That's what I shoot full frame most of my pictures with. Thing's bulletproof. I've dropped it. Great camera, price is reasonable. I shoot some video, not all my video, with this G20 from Canon. I have some little ions that I use for like the motorcycle stuff where we mount them on the handlebars. Microphones, I got a studio mic I bring with me, usually set it up in the van so we can do that. Other gear, headphones, all that kind of stuff. Usually bring along 2 tripods. I usually bring one lightweight, something I can carry in and off of location, and then I also bring usually like a studio, a heavier tripod for a video. If I'm going to be in one place for a long time, I prefer to use that. All right, what else we got? As you can see, I typically put everything in plastic totes or cases because it's easy to move around, it's easy to shuffle stuff. It's protected. Like I use this inexpensive case. I put my laptop in here and my hard drive and anything else, cords and stuff that I use as my workstation. I have this little file tote that I use for paperwork and CDs I like to listen to up front of the van. I use this for sort of like my medicine and my shower stuff. Anything that I need as far as pills, medication. When you put it all in totes, you can move it all around. You're not constantly tripping over stuff. You can put it out of the way. You can get it off the floor. During the day, typically I take everything off the floor and put it up on the bunk. And at nighttime when I'm sleeping, I take it down and tend to fill the floor up more to have a little more space. Traveling with one person is definitely easier than traveling with two as far as gear and as far as a sense of confinement. We're going to be doing a build over the summer that is going to be converting a cargo trailer, a small cargo trailer, to pull behind the van. That'll have a bathroom in it, it'll have a toilet and a shower, extra storage for gear, maybe a small galley kitchen, and we'll tend to travel with that more often when I have a second person. When my wife travels with me, we'll still be able to camp in a stealth type of way. It might make it a little bit more convenient, a little less boondockish, so to speak. You have some people that have refrigeration in their vans. I don't. What I have is this steel Coleman cooler. It works great. I can use it as a seat. I use it as a table. I usually fill these Rubbermaid plastic containers up with ice cubes, and then I put them inside the cooler, and that keeps the ice cubes from melting and getting everything all wet and soggy in the cooler. Works great. Works fantastic. I also have ice for drinks if I want to have something cold lemonade, cold beer. I usually bring one tote, no more than 2 totes for clothes, towels. For clothes, I usually bring 3 pairs of long pants, a pair of short pants, several t-shirts, socks, underwear, a lightweight jacket, a rain jacket, and a sweatshirt. Just came back from Detroit. It was cold as hell. Spent a week or two out there and slept in the van in 20-degree weather. I had this little buddy heater with me. Works off of propane. Nice little heater. Gets nice and hot. If I had to critique it, I would say that number 1, the propane doesn't last long enough. Number 2, they're kind of dangerous. So you want to be careful if you use them. I would say don't use them. Just make sure you crack your windows. Make sure you have a CO2 sensor inside your van. And just be careful with them. They get real hot. Cold weather sleeping bag. You always want one of those. Pot, pan, mess kit if you're looking for space. Buy something like that. Cutting board, dishwashing detergent, some little scrubby things. Handy wipes, use them for everything and anything. Paper towels, aluminum foil, extra propane, of course. These little propane lanterns, these things are great to throw up a ton of light, and extra mantles. Typically I put my paper plates, plastic spoons, knives, forks in a separate little tote. Keeps them clean, keeps it neat, keeps it organized. So here you have it, pretty much in a nutshell, what I'll carry with me when I travel on a trip in my van. As you can see, that's pretty much how I roll. Thanks for touring the van with me, and if you can, take a minute, subscribe to the YouTube channel, Vantastic Journeys. You can check us out on our website at forgottenplaces.org. Come on a photography workshop, come on along, comment, write to me, phone me, send me a letter. Talk to you later.